What? Bro, you mean, that sucks. As you have seen in the intro, I tried to use the Cryo Archer to shoot down the Electro Hypostasis, but it didn't work. So this means that the Ascension domain is impossible to complete, and we will be stuck on AR25 forever. But aside from that, let's look at what else has been unlocked since the last video. AR22 was the unlocking of the Artifacts domain. I was looking forward to this one since there's a chance that you could co-op, but sadly, MiHoYo knew what they were doing and didn't enable it. I even disconnected the internet to press the co-op button before it disappears, but pressing the co-op button before it's fully loaded does not do anything. So co-op through artifact domains doesn't seem to be possible, but you can still participate in the actual domain. However, since going through the artifact domain is so slow, it's much faster to just kill the crowd red just fine. While waiting for resin to refresh, I tried to go to the Spiral Abyss by going under the ocean, but Paimon will stop you when you step out of the road boundaries. I've also tried to do Ember's Domain again to experiment with some strategies, but I ended up soft locking myself by dying too many times. Is something supposed to happen? Really? While experimenting with Ember's Domain, I also realized that the crates here spawn indefinitely. Usually farming crates is a pointless idea, but since we are working on a very limited map area, there's actually a use for it. As previously mentioned, radishes can be used to cook up various types of food, but radishes themselves are really hard to get. They spawn only in Springwell, but otherwise can be found by breaking crates around the map. And since domains have crates that respawn, you could technically get infinite radishes. These radishes can then be used to make fried radish meatballs to boost your DPS against the cryo red just fine, which can save anywhere between 1 to 3 minutes in the actual fight. Getting to AR25 unlocks a few features, but the most important one would be the Ascension domain. You need to complete this domain in order to further raise your adventure rank, so I tried to finish it. Most of the enemies can be dealt with, but the one thing that I couldn't bypass is the Electro Hypostasis. The actual fight itself isn't too difficult, but it is impossible to damage the revival crystals with just physical attacks. I even went as far as to drag a cryo helitro to friendly fire these crystals, and after a few hours and more than many grueling attempts, I was able to damage the Electro Hypostasis to its revival state without the cryo helitro respawning, and it turns out that a cryo helitro cannot damage the revival crystal. It was a massive letdown, but at least now we know, you can't finish the Ascension domain with just NPC Ether. Moving on to other unlocks at AR25. AR25 unlocks the City Reputation quest, but if you try to talk to Herta, she denies the existence of this feature. AR25 also unlocks the Cream Steel. It's a stamina food that decreases stamina sprinting consumption by 25%, but it's not really useful since you get the Barbados Ratatouille for free, and it decreases both sprinting and climbing stamina consumption by 25%. And finally, reaching AR25 allows us to ascend our character to level 50, as well as increasing the normal attack talent to level 2. Okay, so here's my character stats as of this video. Ether level 50, 62, and 61. Running Prototype 1 core with farm rank 1. 4-piece Berserker. Flower, Feather, Attack, Physical, and Crit Rate. Constellation 0 and Talent is level 2. The Prototype 1 core is level 20 because if I try to enhance it, I can't. The weapon essential material required is in Lyria and in a domain that is outside of the map. And my normal attack talent is stuck at level 2 because if I want to upgrade this any further, I need to have a higher character ascension phase. And if I try to access the Animal Sigil shop in one start, it basically won't let me because the shop is still not open. I've got the Prototype 1 core, some 3 stars from farming chests, and 2 of these weapons that I've upgraded for fun. I've got 193 Horfrost cores and 247 of these Jade Silvers. In terms of food, I use a lot of the mustard hash brown, the flaming red bolognese, and the chicken mushroom skewers. In terms of attack food, I use the fried radish balls, as well as the delicious satisfying salad and the wolf hook juice. The stamina food I hardly ever use. This one you get from the brook, and these revival food are basically unused because if NPC Traveler dies, you die. I do not have a gadget. I've got a quest book, and I've got 6 Aquain Fates, 447 Animal Sigils, and 5 Fragile Resin. I've got 276 Pure Gems and 371,000 Mora. The reason why the Fragile Resin and Pure Gems are so low is due to the extensive usage of swiping extra resin, which helps to create these No Element Traveler videos faster. In terms of my profile, I'm AR25 with 25 achievements, and my MC is in the showcase. So if anyone wants to see my character at any time, just copy the UID and you'll be good to go. So that'll be it for this video, and probably for the whole series, cause I don't see how else I can progress through No Element Traveler now that I'm AR25 and capped by the Electro Hypostasis. If there are any major updates, I'll be sure to let everyone know, but otherwise that'll be it for this video and for this series, and that will be it for No Element Traveler. In this video, I'm going to queue the Cryo Regis Vine 100 times. I've already done this before, but I'm going to do it again.